Welcome back to another Reptile Jones vlog video. This video starts on a very positive, happy note, and that is because
guess who's back? Back again.
Guess who's back? Yes, so I finally found him after some time on the run. I finally located this guy, and it is a very comical and unusual story. So if you kind of remember how the setup was over there, it's no longer that way because we are in the midst of changing cages. But if you remember, his cage was a little bit high on that rack, and below him was the ball python and like the leopard gecko, and the blue-tongued skink was at the very bottom. Tortoises were off to the side, and then there's another rack full of snakes. So, come walking into the reptile room at one time, and I was talking to my wife, and just out of the corner of my eye, I happened to notice something odd in the tortoise tank. I was like, oh, shed skin, no big deal. Wait a minute, that's not how a tortoise sheds its skin. So I go over there, lift up the water dish, and he was hiding underneath it. I think what happened was he fell in, and that tank is a very tall tank because it's 75, and it's a lot taller than his length, so he could not get out. And then I think the tortoises, seeing this red, may have chased him around the tank, because I noticed the week prior to the discovery of this that the female had seemed to have stirred up the substrate quite a bit. And but I thought, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, that she was looking for a spot to lay some eggs, and that's why she was restless. Well, turns out, I believe she may have been chasing this guy through the substrate, because even when he is in his own cage, this one likes to hide a lot within the substrate. So I think she's seen the red, probably thought it was food, probably tried chasing him down, and he ended up retreating underneath the water dish, which was the only solid spot that he could get away from. Now, I have looked him over, and there is no marks on him. He is in just as perfect health as he was before he got away, so no harm there. And again, the only reason I found him was because apparently he went in the shed, and he was in the water dish at some point, because if I followed the skin, it kind of came out of the water dish and wrapped around and then underneath the water dish, and that's how I kind of figured he was underneath the water dish. So that is where I found him. He has a new set of skin, looking very beautiful. I love the colors on the camera here, how they just pick him up. But anyway, so yeah, he is doing perfect. We got him in a cage that he cannot escape from this time, and so yeah, what a great way to start this. I was very hopeful, very optimistic that we would find him, but I really thought that it would be once he got hungry, you know, he would come out to find something to eat. But anyway, so Phoenix is back again. All right, so now I have the 75-gallon moved down here. We got it cleaned out. As you can see, the tortoises are already in here. I really haven't did too much as far as setting up their enclosure. I guess I'm just kind of struggling with how I would want it to look versus functionality. And the problem is the female is, to be blunt, she is just a bulldozer. She just plows into anything and everything, and so I really don't know how I could set this up as far as, you know, doing what I like to do, and that's making it look as natural as I can. And the other thing is, I'm afraid of putting live plants in there because plain and simply they're going to eat them, and I'm afraid to put artificial or fake plants, so plastic, whatever, but fake plants in there again because I'm afraid they're going to eat them. That's a tortoise's mentality. So I guess their cage for now is going to be rather bare. I mean, it meets all their requirements. It just isn't the eye candy that I like to put together for my reptiles. So you guys have any ideas, please feel free to comment down below. But just keep in mind, they may try to eat it, or they may just bulldoze it over. That's essentially the two struggles I'm having, is trying to come up with something for these guys down here. So that is the tortoises for now. Of course, right behind me, above me here, is their old enclosure, and I need to finish cleaning that out, and then we're going to move it over here. We're going to move this stuff off of here, move that tank over to here. Then I'm going to be setting that up for the blue tongue skink, which the setup video will be all of its own video. You won't see it in a vlog video. It'll be a standalone video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that taken care of. See, I finished the blue tongues enclosure, but you will have to wait until that video before you get a closer look. So that's just a little sneak peek at what I have done with his new enclosure, and of course that leaves that all open, but that's another build for another video. So I want to thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this video to the very end. The next video will be the build video on that tank there. I'm certain you guys are probably going to enjoy it. I definitely had fun making it. I really like the way that looks. Let me get out of the way a little bit more for you. And I'm very pleased with being able to give him a much larger enclosure, and he has been exploring it non-stop, so that's perfect. That's what we want. We want to give them something that enriches their lives, and I just love the way it looks. I'm really pleased with that. So that's it for this video. Thanks for staying. Hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell next to it, so that way you are notified every time I upload a new video, which is quite regularly. And I keep chopping off my head. But so thank you for I'm rambling. Till next time, later.
Shut up and sit down.